I mean, they were different as people, and I think, you know, their background. And Jung was a son of a pastor, Lutheran pastor, Swiss pastor, and he had uncles who were, you know, I mean, he came from a religious family, and Freud was Jewish, but he was a complete atheist. And they were very, you know, one was urban, another guy was more from the country. They were just, as you can see in the movie, they're quite different personalities. And I think that had a lot to do with their differences, more than the academic differences. Because in the beginning, they weren't so far apart. The one thing, though, that they always differed on was what you brought up. Freud was saying, we're not going to cure them. And the other guy was saying, yes, we are going to cure them. But they were both saying they wanted to help, and they wanted to help in a similar way. And I think that what Freud was saying, which I kind of, not just because I played him, but I kind of tend to think is more realistic. The idea of helping someone, if they're interested in that, and becoming aware of patterns of behavior, things that they keep buried inside or they don't talk about openly because they don't want to offend someone or because they're embarrassed. Things that resentments, that they're not even aware that they're feeling sometimes, that it affects their body and, you know, causes a lot of stress. Things that can come out explosively and do damage to others and do damage to the person who's repressing these feelings. That it's better to let off some steam by dealing with these things. He's saying, what he was saying basically, you know, in general terms was, I'll help you to become aware of the things that you do that you may not be aware of. And the reasons, maybe we can explore why you do these things. Why do you feel these things? So that they don't come out in other ways and do harm. That's what he's saying. He's saying it's unrealistic to say I'm going to completely transform you, because it's a work in progress. Like any relationship with someone, any friendship, just because you get along today, you have a great day or a great week, it doesn't mean you just say, okay, well, we're friends now. We don't have to work on that anymore. You know, just, you got to work on it. Like, you know, a car is sitting in the garage. If it's in, you know, mint condition, but it's going to deteriorate even just sitting there. You know, I mean, you need to keep up things. It's like a garden. You know, if you don't weed it, you don't look at it, you don't work at it, you don't fertilize it, you know. And they did differ on that. And Jung said, no, I'm going to transform you completely. And in fact, he said something as a joke one time, you know, which I don't think Freud would ever have said. Jung said one time, show me a sane man, and what do you say? Show me a sane man, and I'll cure him, or something like that. You know, in other words, I know better. You know, and there's a certain, to me, there's a certain